How's it going, chumps? I'm pretty much recording here just to let you know that the Chump Change trading account, the small one, the small trading account challenge one, is being moved to Tasty Trade because there's less restrictions and allows me to day trade since I'm going to be doing more frequent videos and more frequent trades. So I decided to do this SPX Iron Condor trade on a bunch of the accounts that I'm managing. Here's just one of them that I didn't close, so it stayed on. And the strike, the strike prices that I was looking at was 560 and 501.05, and I got that analysis pretty much when I was waiting for the market open. So let's take a look here. I'll show you market open, gaps up pretty much as soon as the news, basically PCI data was good in terms of it being at expectations, and joblessness claims went up, which is bad but good for in the inflation story. So the market's eating that up, gobbled it up. It started to chop sideways, and then it pukes pretty much all those gains that it just made right from that open. And from here is when I opened the Iron Condor trade. So I picked sort of the levels, the higher highs, and the lower lows, and that's pretty much the range in which I selected this particular trade on. Other accounts, I kind of went with the 110 call, which thank God I did because that was a much more safer one, because this one was right at the cusp of basically being blown out. So we grinded lower, and we just went kaput right at the 50-60 level. And look at that, 50-60 was that put strike that I had there. So I got a little nervous there, but just held on. And then it grinded up, and it just kept grinding up. And I just thought to myself, maybe it'll just grind up, but slowly towards the end of the day. What happens? Well, power hour comes. That's pretty much 3 o'clock right here, and the buyers just started building and building and building, and look at this huge move up and pretty much tapping the 104.99. So basically the one, like literally the highs was a penny away from that short. I wish I was making this up. And so what are the takeaways here? The premium was higher for picking a $5 lower call, because based off of what I was looking at, I basically used that old high of the day right at the open as kind of my mark. But it goes to show that, anything could happen. And if I had not picked $5 more than that top, thinking it was going to be a down day, we would have been blown out. But thank goodness that I picked $5 more. But on top of that, it's a takeaway that it's probably not worth the premium that I'm going to be getting relative to the risk factor, because all the other positions where I had a 51.10 and a 55 put, they were in the safe zone. They were really far away from any kind of crazy movements. And this is the first time that I've executed this 0 DTE Iron Condor trade where there was crazy movement. And it happens all of a sudden towards the end of the day. So I think two takeaways. One is that if we have a muted open, that's the time to be doing the Iron Condor. Non-broken wing, just the regular Iron Condor. So that is sort of like an inside day kind of trading analysis, right? Or assumption. The next thing is that don't do it on days that have some sort of news release, because it opens the opportunity for volatility. So we don't want that. And so even though we literally closed the day, not closing the position, but just letting it sort of expire worthless, we made out with the maximum payout, but at the cost of crazy amounts of headache and management. So to do this more efficiently, I'll probably go ahead and think about the idea that we'll definitely close the trade when it's like maybe 75% profit or higher. simultaneously with the assumption that I'm going to make the wings a little bit wider. So take less premium, make the wings a little bit wider, not get greedy, and then simultaneously take profit when we can. Those are some of the big takeaways on this particular instances. You could roll the position too, but then if you rolled the positions and you kept the widths the same, by doing that, what you end up doing is that, let's say if I rolled it somewhere around here, locked in that profitability, but then we're starting probably tomorrow much higher than that range, and then you start the day pretty much blown out already. So that probably wouldn't be really beneficial when there's the possibility of volatility to come to the market. Now for tomorrow, that because we have this momentum towards the end of the trading day, we will potentially have, maybe it may look like it might be an up day, right? Or whatever it may take, or maybe there's some increased volatility, upside or downside, and we may not be taking such a middle ground position as we did with the iron condors, because now there's some expectations of action, right? So we need to make actions on a daily basis. And yeah, it's sad to say that this winning trade and all the other winning trades didn't go into the small trading account, but simultaneously it allows me to at least have everyone else benefit from that. All right, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll see you in the next one.